Everyone, and welcome back. Today we have again our Sunday subscriber roast. Whoop whoop. And yeah, I was busy this whole week preparing for my upcoming concert, which is going to be in 1 week, less than 1 week, 6 days in Hamburg. So it's going to be very soon. And I'm looking very much forward to it. By the way, you can still find the last tickets and information in the link in the description box. I'm looking very much forward to that concert. And yeah, hello everyone. Guys, like always, Sunday subscriber roast means you can send me your videos. I'm having like my tools here to roast you guys. Oh, this one I also have. For the nice slap, if you're using too much pedal, if you're using too less emotion when you play piano, maybe that's going to help. No. But yeah, it's going to be fun again. So if you didn't already send me yet, you can send me your videos to this email address. Let me just check very quick here. I'll write it in the chat. Yeah. To hotkeys.challenge@gmail.com. You can write me your or send me your videos. And yes, of course, I also have
Stop!
ready for you. Stop is always going to be a nice one. Sure, you can also send me an audio recording, but it is always much more helpful to have a video. Also, it's a little bit easier, for this kind of medium, since this is, it's a video format here. But you can also send me an audio format. Anyways, let me just have a quick look. If you guys want me to roast your video, send me your email with your video and I'm going to roast you. Especially I would like to concentrate on the persons that are actually here in the live stream, in the chat. So the people who did send me something will get feedback. The doctor 02002 is asking, hi Nick, what model do you have? I have the Boston GP 215, which is the biggest Boston grand piano that you can get, as far as I know. And yeah, where's my shortcut to Google Mail? What is this? Anyways, here we go. Guys, let me know, what kind of pianos do you have at home? Do you play on a real acoustic instrument or on a digital instrument? I hope not. I really hope not. Also, by the way, here is the program for my upcoming concert. I'm coming to Hamburg soon, actually. Already next week, Saturday, 28th of February, I'm going to play there all four Chopin ballades, the Pathetique Sonata by Beethoven, and Claude Debussy's Children's Corner. You'll find tickets and information in the link in the description box. Yeah, so this is the program for the concert. It's small but cute, and you can open the program, and there's going to be written everything. And then on the back, I put a little extra thing there, so you guys can guess which piece is actually handwritten by the composer here. But I won't tell you. You have to figure it out yourself at the concert. It's going to be a piece that is also being played at the concert, by the way. Chopin said he prefers digital piano over acoustic. Sure, of course he did. All right. It's Electric Dynamics said just sent the email, I guess you are then Shreya's Iyengar. Sorry, I'm butchering your name again. Hi, Anik. Here's my submission for the Sunday stream. Hopefully an audio recording is all right. So you're the one with the audio recording. All right, then we are going to listen to your audio recording. Guys, it's time to listen very closely now. The roast can begin. Let the roast begin. All right. Is this on? No, I put it off. Okay. Let the roast begin. Do I hear something? I don't hear anything yet. Wait, I have to adjust my audio thing, bruh. Where is it? Wait a second, 1 second. Okay, got it. It's always the same because when I'm working at my computer, I'm not necessarily working with my headphones on. And then I forget to switch it back to my headphones. All right. Let's listen. Unfortunately, we don't have a video for this one, so you better open up your ears. Let's go. I can't hear it yet. Okay, first thoughts. We didn't finish the first phrase yet. But guys, tempo! Okay, Liebestraum was originally a song, meaning there was someone who would sing that piece. If you would sing it in that tempo, you're literally dying because you can't catch up with your breath. Like, just hearing that, it's like I can't breathe correctly with that. And like the phrasing, it's all about breathing. Yadim tarim, yadim pari yati yam da di da da di da dum. Now, of course, you can play it a little bit slower than that or a little bit faster, but that's probably around the tempo that would feel natural to you when you want to sing the piece. If you drop the tempo extreme to the point where we are hearing it here in this recording. Let's hear this again. Coming. Okay, I don't know when to breathe. Like that's very unstable in the tempo itself. Plus, it's in my opinion, it's too slow. Like, don't try to sing it, and automatically you'll find, you will find a tempo that will feel much more natural to you. Let's continue. What I like though is that I can hear very well the different dynamical levels of bass, middle voice, and main melody. So I can hear these three voices very well. Main melody is in the middle, actually in this case, which is very difficult for this piece. But yeah, that's good job. I also have to say something nice. I'm falling asleep if you're slowing down even more. Oh, okay, that's like... It's very pregnant. Very pregnant. No, like, I can understand you have so much emotion that you want to share with the audience in this piece, and there are so many beautiful passages here. The problem, though, is that you're exaggerating every single beautiful moment that it completely falls apart. So in your case, I would go through that first passage, the whole first passage of maybe up to the point where the first cadenza comes, so the first 2 pages, and try to make sure you understand. You don't necessarily have to speed up a lot. Like, of course, as I said, the tempo is just too slow, in my opinion, and I can't really sing together with it because I'm running out of breath. That's one thing. But the other thing is, try to define the parts that are important or more important than others. For example, because of the harmonic tension that is happening, or because of the line of the melody. Maybe somewhere is the highest note that you reach, that is important, or it's the lowest note that you reach, that's also important. But try to analyze the piece a little bit and distinguish like which note might be a little bit more important than another note. Like you can't give every single note the same importance. It will fall apart, because then suddenly the things that are actually important won't feel as important anymore, because everything feels important, and therefore then it starts to sound pretentious. Come on. Okay.
Stop!
Yeah, we need definitely a more fluent tempo. It's just too pretentious. I need to actually hear the line a little bit more. Like, it falls apart because I can't, like, you're putting so much meaning into every single note. Okay, let's continue. Cadenza. Okay. After the cadenza was okay. It could be more clean, but it was okay. Now the note that comes after the cadenza. Does this note stand on its own, or is there a direction it wants to follow? I guess you already can guess the answer. There is a direction. Yadim padim. If you just stand there, da, where are we going? Da. What? I don't understand it. I need the direction, and the direction only comes if you give it direction. You can't just continue staying on that same spot. Also, I think this part is supposed to be a little bit faster, like più mosso, so tempo, give me tempo. Okay, so on some points you are exaggerating the rhythm to a point that I can't identify the rhythm anymore. And on other points where it's actually important. Oh wait, my brother is calling. 1 second. Ey yo, ich bin gerade mitten im Livestream. Ich bin gerade mitten im Livestream. Ja, ciao. On other notes that are written clearly, like the rhythm is written very clear. Ya di da da yum ba dim. There's a dotted note. Dotted notes are so important, guys. Gonna beat you up if you're beating up the dotted notes. Dotted notes are so important because you have to feel the impulse, even if it's like metronomically correct what you're doing. Sorry, this is a tough roast today. I'm sorry. If you look into the dotted notes, you have to understand where the impulse comes from. You have to always understand for any kind of rhythm, you have to understand the impulse. And on dotted notes, it's the dot. Yum ba dim, yum ba dim. So this is where the impulse comes. So there's a little like accent on the dot. Nobody can hear it, but you can feel it. So ya di da da yum pa dim, and automatically you won't rush on that note anymore. Right now you are rushing on that one. Also, it's important on this is exactly what I was talking about. Try to identify the parts that are important and the parts that are less important. So for example, this ya di da da yum ba dim, this is like the confession of love in that moment, kind of. And you're like having this build up in the melody, ya di da da dim ba dim, and you're reaching the highest note. That high note, it deserves a little bit of opening up the sound, opening up your emotions. Like that one needs time, and not necessarily the da 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 da. That one didn't need so much time. Okay. All right. But all in all, I can see you're a very musical person. Right now, I just feel that you want to express so many things through your playing, and you're just lacking a little bit some order and structure in your playing. Because the rest, like technically, in terms of playing fast notes or playing the different dynamical levels to distinguish the different voices, this is all going in the right direction. Now, just I would advise you to practice a little bit more with metronome in the next days. Like really be strict on yourself and play maybe like 3 days only with metronome. So you start to feel the pulse and you're not losing the pulse when you play without metronome anymore. And then after doing this for a couple of days or even weeks, every now and then, you will definitely feel the pulse much better. Also sing together with what you're playing, and then you'll feel, oh, actually, I'm running out of a breath. And this causes me to take the breath on parts that feel awkward because they don't line up with the melody naturally. So like these things, they will give you a much better idea of how to choose a better tempo, how to choose where to put rubato, all of these timing things. Going to be like it's going to be lit. Yeah. El Crazerino is asking, was meinst du mit subscriber roast? What do I mean with subscriber roast? Subscriber roast is you guys, you are my subscribers, and you send me your videos to this email address here, hotkeys.challenge@gmail.com. And I'll be roasting you. I'll just watch your videos or your audio recordings in this case, but I prefer videos. Please send me videos. And then I'm going to roast you guys. All right, next off, we have Joseph Nasrallah. He just sent it to me 12 minutes ago. I hope you are in the chat. Hello, Nick. I am back again for more toasting. Nice. For this third round, I also offer a piece that I like a lot and that I have been playing for a while. The famous Clair de Lune by Debussy. As you can't go through the entire piece during the live stream, I only sent you the first part and I hope you can review it entirely. I'll send the following section next time. Okay. This one is so pleasant to play. I learned it 15 years ago. I would say so. I was still a kiddo. I have been perfecting it lately, but I can see now that some fingerations, I feel free to use this term that I just coined, used back in the days are not the best. So I will be removing as much 4-5-4 combo, etc. as I can. Great, that's good. Like, if I already influenced you to go in that direction and getting rid of the 4-5 connection or combi or the just overusage of the fourth finger, that's already like great. I can tell you it's going to help your playing immediately and you'll definitely see a much easier way and more relaxed way of playing, like at least a couple of weeks later that you changed the fingerings. I tried my best to get the rhythm right, not obvious. I have to say that my camera could not capture all the nuances in the playing, which partly makes it sound a bit flat. Okay, I'll try to consider that. I like giving more importance to the left hand in my pieces currently. It's often overlooked, I think. That's true. I think a lot of people are overlooking the left hand. So here it is. Of course, I'm not 100% happy with it. But anyways, alrighty, let's have a look at it. Oh, wait. I want to share the screen with you. So, here we go. Let's make it a little bit bigger. All right. Also, guys, just a little reminder to everyone that is watching on YouTube. I'm streaming simultaneously on Twitch and YouTube right now, which I'll keep up for the subscriber roasts because I feel like the subscriber roasts are the ones that are probably the most fun, and I would like to share this with the YouTube as well. But I'm also live streaming during the week on Monday and Thursday at least, only on Twitch with other programs. So if you wanna join me for these live streams, please check out my Twitch account. You'll find the link in the description box. All right, let's jump into it. Don't rush. All right, up to here. Since I started to roast quite hardly, it's a dark roast today. I'm sorry, guys. It's a dark roast. So, what was that? Unsynchronized chord playing here. I can feel the feeling. I can feel the emotion. I can hear that you are counting, which is a little bit too obvious. It's a little bit too academic, let's say. But this it means that one finger comes down earlier than the other. And the reason for that is probably, from what I see, you're not using your arm, and your arm are staying in the same position most of the time, meaning they are like the arm puts weight into your fingers. Let me just try to show you guys very quick how to explain it, hopefully in a way. Which part do I want to play? Okay, anyways, like anything that has several notes. completely together, the sounds, even though they are supposed to be together. And the reason is that if I play like that, I can, like, my arm is quite close to my body. I'll try to show you from above. So, like this. So my arm is here and you're pushing it down like that. Meaning the arm has most of the weight going into the first finger and not so much into the third finger. If you want to balance it out, you can try to feel your arm if you go more to the side. And then you have to try to get the right moment where both fingers are going to be connected. A little bit easier for everyone that is not sitting in front of a piano right now. You can just put your hand on a table, and when you let your wrist go down like this, you'll feel all the weight of the arm going into the fingers, right? And now if you shift your arm movement, so you go out with your arm, like literally out like this, like that, and up with your wrist, and then again doing these kind of circular motions, you'll feel how the weight shifts from the first over the second to the third to the fourth to the fifth finger. And by knowing this, now you can control how much weight you're going to push into which finger. This is how that whole thing works with I want to create more of the upper melody singing or more of the middle melody singing, and so on, by just shifting the weight of your arm through the wrist, through the arm, elbow, and so on. And if you stay in the same position all the time, you're running in the danger that what happened here, you are first of all not relaxed enough to play all the notes simultaneously, and it's not as controlled in its sound. Da da da. Excuse me.
Halt, stop!
Okay. We have simple phrasings. If you are singing this, you're probably not singing ya da da. You're probably singing ya da dum. So the first note has a little bit more weight than the other two. Ya da dum. What is he saying? He's saying halt, stop. That's the German, very German thing of saying like stop. And yeah, so what was I about to say? I was reading your comments. Halt, stopp, jetzt rede ich. Oh my god, I forgot what I wanted to say. Ah yeah, the phrasing. So ya da da. We want to avoid putting an accent on the second note, which happens very often in piano music. I see this everywhere. Also, like not just with hobby players, but also with professionals. I see it when I'm like playing myself. I can hear it sometimes, and then I have to correct it immediately because this second note syndrome is very, very much taking over. You can hear it in any performance, like literally. So try to make sure you're phrasing it. Also these little details nicely. Oh, wait. Da, 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 da. Okay, did you see what he did with that chord in the left hand? I'll just show you again. We're going to talk about the pedal in a second, since people are commenting about that. But I want you to see when he touches the low octave here, Here, look at that. Did you see that? How that happened? He pushed the fingers. Guys, we are not playing piano with our fingers, okay? The fingers are the last thing that we want to control. It's more the whole arm. I can just show you. If your arm, like in this case, is stiff, here, this was it. So the arm is stiff because you want to control the fingers only, and therefore I can feel all the tension going into the hand, and the whole arm is just under tension. And then the chance is very high that it's not coming out in a way that you would like it to be, because it's not under control, because there's just so much stiffness and so much tension. Okay? It's more, let's use your whole arm, use your whole body, and the fingers are relaxed. And you just glide into the keys like that. And because of that movement, first of all, you have much more control over the timing. You have much more control over the sound, of the softness of the sound, and so on and so on. Like all of these things that you want to control, they are going to be controlled. If you just use your fingers, it's too direct in this case for this specific part. We want a more soft sound, and that's really created through the arm, basically. All right, now let's talk about pedaling, because many people were like, pedal, 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 pedal. I agree. It was a little bit much pedal for my taste. Then again, it's also a little bit about your interpretation. Now, Debussy, you can use quite a lot, like relatively quite a lot of pedal in his music. Doesn't mean that you can overuse it and just let everything swim, obviously. But it depends a little bit on your personal interpretation of that part. I personally wouldn't use as much pedal as he was using in this moment. But I also think that it was, let's say, on the border of too much. It was still fine. All right, let's continue. Synchronize your chords, please. I can hear little arpeggios. No, it's yum pum pum bim bum bum bim bum party. And that also happens because you're trying to control everything through your fingers. Now, imagine you try to control 6 fingers or 7, 8 fingers simultaneously in this part, and you have to just think about it, okay? Your poor brain has to try to control 8 little fingers simultaneously to go down simultaneously with the same type of weight, or I don't know, maybe you want to exaggerate, let one note come out more than another note, and you have to balance out 8 notes. Now do the math, okay? There is a lot of calculation going on. You could help your brain and just relax everything by using your arms, okay? And then automatically, because now you're, instead of trying to control 8 fingers, you're just controlling 2 arms that are synchronized in their movement. And the rest just comes out of this flowing movement. Don't think of the fingers. Don't think of the fingers, okay? Let's continue. Dynamics. Where's the dynamic? Tempo. Nice that you also wrote fail there. Nice. I like the arpeggios when they were on purpose there at the end. But don't make the same type of arpeggio all the time. So in this case, you were like starting with a very slow note. Ya di da 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 dum. Ya di da 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 dum. That's the same type. It's going to get too obvious for the audience what's going to come up, okay? You can do this maybe once, but then the second time and the third time and the fourth time, you have to be creative. You have to do it a little bit differently. So it's a ya da 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 dum, ya da 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 dum, ya da 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 dum, ba 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 bum. For example, like that. Like every time you play that arpeggio, do it differently. It's going to be too obvious, too how do you say, vorhersehbar, predictable for the audience. And nothing is more boring than being able to predict what's going to come up. You're going to sit there, like it's like in a, you know, when you're watching a TV show and you're sitting there, or you're reading a book. You're reading a book, and you all like after the first page, you know, I know exactly how it's going to turn out. Okay, I know exactly that the prince is going to kiss the princess, and they're going to have like a happy ever after, blah blah blah. And then it's not interesting anymore. Like you might still be into it, but like it's not that interesting anymore. Like you want to have that. Okay, all right. Next one. Let's see, where are we? So, next one we have Crips Forever. Challenge, please don't be mean. Guys, have I ever been mean? Have I?
Stop!
Nah, not me. Not me. Crips Forever, are you here in the chat? I think probably yes, because this was sent 20 minutes ago. Let me see. Sarah Bond. Download. I have to download it. Okay. Here we go. Halt, stop, halt, stop, halt, stop, halt, 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 halt. Showed up on the wrong screen. Okay. Think you can see that part. Is it a little bit bigger for you guys? Okay. Let's go. Okay, when you're playing a duo, the thing is that you want to balance out each other. You don't want to overshadow each other. That's the first thing. The other thing is you want to inspire each other, give each other impulse, especially on parts where you have these dialogues happening. And then there's like someone answering. So you're throwing the balls to each other right back. Okay, so try to not just focus on, okay, I have to play my score and she's going to have to play her score and somehow it's going to match up. No, you have to listen to each other. Okay, now I like that you are using different types of dynamics. It's probably not easy to have a big range on that specific instrument that you have here. It's just a simple digital piano. When you're playing these big octave runs, bum, 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 it was a little bit thick. Like, not thick in a good way though. But yeah, just trying to be a little bit lighter. Otherwise, you're going to make everything a little bit too heavy for this kind of style. Yeah, also here, I can hear that you are not listening to each other. She has to play these big jumps. Ya ba 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 bum. And you are playing yum ba ba bum ba ba bum. So you have to listen. Ya ba bum ba bum ba bum ba 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 bum, and so on. So like, but you have to give her the impulse. Like, otherwise you're just playing parallel to each other. It's like when you're talking to someone, and you're not really talking to that person, you're just like, you're both in that same room and you're both talking, but you're talking not to each other because you're not listening. Music is about listening, guys. Okay, continue. Okay, we had a very specific type of rhythm here. Yum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Again, we have the dotted note. Dotted notes mean you have to get the impulse on the dot. Yum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum. Okay, I want you guys in front of the screen that you're watching right now, say yum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Okay, and you have to sniff. The sniff is important because then you actually feel your muscles of your stomach being activated. Okay, yum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. I can't hear you. Again, yum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba, yum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba. And now, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba. You have a dotted note, okay? Not yum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba, yum, ba-dum, bum. That's not a dotted note. That's like, I don't know what to play. Yum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba, yum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. And that will help you for any kind of dotted note. As soon as you see a dotted note in your scores, you put an accent on the dot, okay? Put an accent on the dot. Nobody's going to hear it because you're not going to play an accent, but you will have that impulse there. Yum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba, yum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba. Okay, guys, I hope that was kind of clear. Also here, you can literally hear, like, again, it's like you are playing together, but not together. Like you're playing the same, you're playing rhythmically together, but it's not really making music together yet. Yeah, I have the impression that you at the piano, you're pushing a little bit forward. I think she needed a little bit more time to do the color change, and you were like, okay, this is like I want to finish this as quick as possible. Someone is asking what I'm watching here. I'm doing the subscriber roast, meaning I'm watching videos that you, as my subscriber, sent to me to this email address. Wait, I'll put it in the chat here. hotkeys.challenge@gmail.com. And I'm going to roast you guys. I'm doing the dark roast today. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I hope you guys are learning something here. Next one, we have card. Roast me as much as possible. Okay, Opus 10 number 4. It's one of my favorite etudes. I'm expecting something, okay? I'm expecting something. Let's watch. Oh my god. Wait. Let's go. Nice piano though. Oh, you dressed up for me. You dressed up for me. That Oh no, you didn't do it for me. It's like 8 months ago. Okay, wait. The tongue thing. Don't do that tongue thing. Here. Don't do this. Okay, don't do this. This is not good. Not good. The moment we start to do like weird thing in our face, we are going to tense up everything. Try to stay relaxed in your face. Okay, the only thing that you're allowed to do though is smile. Smiling is going to help you to relax in your brain. But don't do these kind of lang style, okay? No, we don't do this. Let's continue. Okay, wait. Slower, please. This is not synchronized. This is like super important in this piece. Again, yeah, your right hand is way too fast for your left hand. Your left hand can't keep up with the tempo of your right hand. And probably you're not on the level yet to play it on that tempo, which is okay. Like, there is no shame if you can't play it in that tempo yet. You will get there. I believe in you because you're already here, but be patient with yourself. Because if you do it like this and you just go faster than you actually can, you're just blocking yourself from progress. So play it slower and only as fast as you like can control things. Like, this is not under control here. Yeah, also the little pinky here is a little bit too much under tension. I know we all put the finger there, but try to train it without having that curl there. Yeah, also there's too much of pushing. Like, da 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 da, no.
Stop!
We don't do this. Don't push your piano, okay? Piano police is back. The more you're pushing your piano, the less your piano wants to actually work together with you. Try to always have the impression that you're taking the sound out of the piano instead of pushing it into the piano. The more you try to force it, like, you're not 11 out of Stranger Things, okay? Don't force it. It's not going to work. Your piano is going to work against you. Also, in this piece, I feel it can't take as much pedal as we would like to put there. When I was younger, I also used much more pedal, but I'll just to give you a little tip here, avoid that mistake, because the more pedal you use, the less you can actually hear what kind of mistakes you do. So try to practice without pedal most of the time, and then figure out the parts where you actually need the pedal because of legato reasons or because of sound effect reasons, but you don't need the pedal so much here. Like, you can also play staccato there with your right hand. I believe that in the scores there's actually written a break, like a rest, something like that. Okay. Like, I can see that you're tensing so hard up now that it's like you can't control it anymore, and we are only halfway through the piece here. So something that I've learned by studying all Chopin Etudes was that Chopin won't let you continue playing and get through the full piece if you don't get the right technique. And to get the technique right, you have to also understand the music. Like, music comes first, technique follows music. And that was something that I learned through studying the Chopin Etudes over the last 22 years. 22 years, yeah. So the more you try to force the technique to come out, the less Chopin will let you play this piece. Like, I can really feel that you can see Chopin as a teacher in these etudes, in these studies, because he's really putting the technique to the extremes that you might be able to play the first couple of bars without a problem with the wrong technique, but you won't be able to get through the full piece. It's like a marathon with a specific technique. You won't be able to get through the full piece if you keep on using the wrong technique. And this little guy here is definitely using the wrong technique. Yeah, don't push, don't push. Also your shoulder. Okay, there's just so much that we would have to work on to fix things again. My first step here, my first advice would be actually to slow down. Play maximum half the tempo of what you've been playing here so far. I would actually go even slower than that. I would practice this tempo, and I am actually practicing this tempo when I'm playing or preparing this piece for the concert. Okay, so this is like really the tempo that I would advise you to practice it with. Then I would also do it with staccato. And when you do the staccato, like, don't fall into the keys and like press it into the keys. No, we don't do this, okay? We don't do this. Do it out of the piano. So you're like jumping away. And if you can't do it slower. Because it just means that you're doing it too fast. Always come down with your wrist and then you snap up with your wrist. Okay, this is how you should be practicing this, up to the point that you actually understand the technique. And then at some point you might be able to start speeding up, and we are speeding up. Do it slowly again, like, you don't do it too fast. Like, be patient, okay? All right, next one. What do we have next? Victoras new Liszt piece, April's first joke. This was my small April 1st prank last year. A new Chopin piece was recently announced, and I posted this in our private adult piano students group as new Liszt piece. The melody is actually a well-known nursery rhyme in our country, and I've put it on top of Unser Spiro, which is of course well beyond my capability to play. Nothing serious. Enjoy. All right. I want to know how it sounds. Too much finger. But it's cool that you just play around with the material. I like that. Oh, it's so cute with that little mini piano over there. Oh, you can't see it, but let me show you here. There is this little mini piano here. Pedal, pedal, pedal. Nice. Thank you for sending this little April joke, as you say. I'm already starting to prepare my first April joke. No, I shouldn't say that. Now you're all getting prepared for it, and nobody's being surprised by it then anymore. Anyways, okay, guys. Just a little reminder. I'm coming to Hamburg soon, to the beautiful LAEISZHALLE, which is going to be next week already, actually. I'm going to play there all 4 Chopin ballades, the Pathétique Sonata by Beethoven, and Debussy's Children's Corner. Tickets and information you'll find in the link in the description box. And we are here, for everyone that is new to the live stream, we are here right now doing the subscriber roast, which I'm doing weekly on Twitch and YouTube simultaneously. I am doing live streams during the week as well on Twitch. So for everyone that is interested, please check out my Twitch account in the link in the description box, or just search for Heart of the Keys on Twitch with an underscore in between the words. So heart underscore of underscore the underscore keys, but you'll find a link in the description box. Yeah. Also, I wanted to show you something. I always write down what I practice, and I always buy like little notebooks where I can just write down what I'm practicing. And at some point I was like, okay, maybe I want my own notebook, which I've just created. So that's the Heart of the Key notebook. This is how it looks from the front. This is how it looks from the back. So from the outside it looks normal. From the inside we have Beethoven here. And on the back, because it's the back, we have Bach. I've also put some funny quotes there together with the pictures. It's not yet on the market, but I was like, maybe I wanted to figure out if you guys are interested in this kind of stuff. But I would also just use it for myself. So exactly, always finish on the back. Actually, I included that joke here as well. It's written, just make sure you finish on the back, never finish on Debussy, Family Guy. Yeah, so I had fun creating this little notebook, actually. I also wrote something for Beethoven's quote here in the beginning. I put the quote, the very famous quote of him, to play a wrong note is insignificant, to play without passion is inexcusable. So that's definitely true. And then I also wrote, also your neighbor just called, they'd prefer the wrong notes if you could just play them more quietly. I'm pretty sure Beethoven would have said that. And then I thought, since I like to have like little check boxes, so I just write down what I want to practice and then I can just put the check on it afterwards. I included these like the lines with the check boxes. So anyways, yeah, that's my little notebook. And I thought I'll just take it with me to Hamburg and see if people are actually interested in buying this kind of merch. And maybe I'm going to put it on my website as well. Who is my favorite composer? It's Chopin. By far, it's Chopin. He's writing so much out of the piano, and like with other composers, when they write pieces, you can always imagine different ensembles. Or for example, with Beethoven, you can imagine a full orchestra or a string quartet. Or with Mozart's music, you can imagine the opera, and so on and so on. But with Chopin, I can only imagine piano. There is like the only other thing that I could think of would be singing, like vocal. But then again, it's like so difficult. It would be so difficult to sing these kind of things. So it has some singing qualities, like lots of singing qualities, but transferred to the piano. So yeah. Chopin, Debussy, yeah. Did you learn piano with a teacher first, or are you self-taught? No, I started with a teacher, and actually I was able to read the scores before I even touched the first key. That was because my sister, who's older than me, she started playing piano, and I was still too young to get lessons, but I was still there because my mom, she would just take all of us to the lessons and sit there to wait until my sister is finished and then we can go back. And she could see that I was very interested and that I also wanted to play piano. But since I was not allowed to play piano yet, she thought, well, then she'll just teach me what she has learned from the lessons so far in terms of reading the scores. So she bought a little notebook with these lines there, and she put notes there, and she taught me how to read it. And this way I learned how to read scores even before I was able to read normal. That was fun. And I think that probably also helped me with sight reading a lot, even though I would not say that I'm necessarily like really good in sight reading. I know other professionals who are like crazy. They are god level of sight reading. Like this is no comparison to me. Yeah, but this is how I got into piano. And then ever since then I was working together with a teacher up to 2023. Like January 2023, I did my degree, which is the highest academic degree that you can do in piano playing. In German, it's called Konzertexamen. So you do your bachelor, master, and we don't have a PhD in artistic music things. So the Konzertexamen is what we call it, but that's like the highest possible academic degree that you can get in this field in Germany. What is Sunday roast? Sunday roast is that you guys, my subscribers, send me your videos and I'm roasting them. By the way, we should roast the next one. Jonas Tre. He already has sent a video last week, as he writes here, and he is sending me Brahms, Opus 118. Number 2. All right, let's watch. Mogu Monster is asking, so you don't need a teacher anymore? I would say I don't need a teacher for the basic work and also the more advanced and professional work, but I still like to get some feedback from other professionals on my interpretations and just have like some feedback and maybe some discussions about it, because sometimes I have an idea and I want to bring it out, but I'm not necessarily sure if it comes around that the way that I want it to come out, It's in artistic work, you always have to also check if the thing that you want to express, if the people really hear it, if they really get it, if they feel it the way you want to, what you want to create, basically. All right, let's listen. Oopsie. All right, let's go. My sister played that one too when she was young. Yeah, I like it so far. I like the phrasing. I would like to stick a little bit more in the pulse. So for my personal taste, there's a little bit too much rubato, especially because we are going to repeat that here. So people are asking, what piece is this? This is Brahms Opus 118, number 2. Wait, where did the video go here? Also, what we had before with someone else that sent me that video was that the notes are not coming down simultaneously. So it's like the third a da-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum, instead of ya-da-dee. Meaning again here, I know it's maybe also part of the problem might be the piano and the mechanics of the piano that you're playing here. But try to include your arm movements. This will help you so much in pushing down notes simultaneously because you're controlling the full arm and you're just, letting the arm control over the timing of pushing down the notes instead of trying to control it with the fingers. Also, again, you just hear that? Ya da dum. The second note. Ya da dim. And not ya da dum. It's, again, we are repeating here what we just saw in other videos as well. The second note is very often overheard. Well-tempered Claire is asking, can I submit a piece I've been working on that's rough? Sure, you can submit whatever you want. Just send me your videos and I will review it. Also here, da da da. Like, it's okay if you want to emphasize the second note. Even though I would still say that probably if you would sing it, it's more ya-dee-dum, pa-dee-dum. Like, the first note has still more weight than the second note usually. But try to open your ears, okay? Open your ears. The piano police is back. Open your ears, okay? Open the door, open your ears. Listen actively to your playing. That was a nice build-up, and now I think that you can, instead of emphasizing the heavy times, let me just listen to it again. What did you just... Yeah, hear that part. Ya da dee da dee, ya da dee da dee. Normally, we are not emphasizing so much on the heavy time, so it's not like da 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 da, because that makes it very heavy and very like not soft. And instead we want to emphasize the other notes. So it's yum, tari, yadarim, parim, and that has a lot to do with how we take breath. So if you just sing it and you take the breath every time, you will hear that the impulse comes directly before. So it's not yum ba dum ba da dum ba dum. This is not how you would sing it. It's yum tadim yadadim tadim, and automatically things are going to flow much more. Listen. You hear that? This is like, I hear this and I see this so often that people are like, they are pushing because they want to express something. And because of that and the lack of tools, or the like, it's not the lack of tools, you just lack the knowledge of using which tool. You're starting to push into the piano on the wrong spots, and then automatically the piano is going to work against you. I love this part that is coming up. Da, da, da. No, no, listen. I like the singing quality very much, but try to, again, open your ear for the phrasing. Yari yum pari yum. That is one way to phrase it. Or yari yati da yati da ri da da dum, for example. But probably you're not thinking ya ti da da ti da da ti da. That's not how you would sing it. Yeah. Anyways, I just got an interesting question here in the chat. Tamas Molnar is asking, ich habe also oft gehört, dass ich talentiert bin, aber ich frage mich immer, ob das reicht. So that person has heard very often that people tell him or her that he or she is very talented, but she or he is asking if that's enough. And now they are asking for my honest opinion about chance in, like, career chances. Obviously, that's very difficult to tell without knowing your actual skill level. And then again, also, I have to say, talent is never the only thing. It doesn't matter in which area, in which field you want to work. You can be a very talented soccer player. You can be a very talented, I don't know, programmer or photographer or whatsoever, like any professional field. You can be very talented, but if you don't put the work into it, the talent won't help you. Actually, I liked the way my professor back then told me that the thing is, the more talented you are, the more work you have to put into it to, reach the full potential. It's not the way that a lot of people think that, oh, if you're talented, well, then things just come to you automatically. No, it's not like that. It's really, if you have just this amount of talent, well, then you will reach your limits very quick, let's say, after a little bit of work already, and it won't go much more above that, let's say. But if you have lots of talent and you just put that amount of work into it, there is so much lost potential there. And yeah, that's the one thing. But then again, also, just having talent is not going to tell you if you're going to have a career in the field where you have talent in, you know. Um, because talent is not everything. And also the work that you put into it is not everything. Like, I can practice as much piano as I want. If I never had stepped out to see how I can promote my art, for example, through social media or through getting the connections to concert organizers, to other people in that field, you will never get out of your practice room. Like, I know a lot of people who are practicing 8 to 10 hours every single day, and they will never be discovered, or they just wish to be discovered someday. And this wishful thinking of, oh, I want to be discovered, it's like, we have to stop thinking this way. Like, if you don't present yourself, how do you expect someone to discover you? And I don't mean presenting yourself. To me personally, that doesn't necessarily mean to present yourself in competitions, even though this is definitely a platform where you can present yourself. But I honestly have a very bad opinion about competitions, and I'm not going to talk about this today here. I think most of the people here already know my opinion about it and why I think this way. But today we have so many options to present ourselves. But also 200 years ago, 300 years, 400 years ago, the people back then, Mozart, Beethoven, Chopin, Liszt, they all knew that talent is not enough. They all knew that they have to go to the right persons and present themselves, promote themselves, and then things could actually have a chance. So again, talent alone is not going to be enough. It's never going to be enough. Okay, that being said, I need my eye drops, because like my eyes are so incredibly dry. It really hurts. Ugh. Your playing was so beautiful, it made me cry. No, it didn't. I'm not there yet. I would like to. Have you ever played on any hybrids? I did play on, like many, many years ago though. It was like back in 2013, I remember. I had the chance to try out a Yamaha hybrid, and I was pleasantly surprised by the quality, and I think that you definitely can work on a hybrid piano, because there you at least have the chance to also play on an acoustic instrument and actually have the control of the sound. So even if you most of the time are practicing on a digital instrument, you should always make sure that you also have the chance to play on an acoustic instrument. And that means, for example, having a hybrid instrument, or just having a chance like to know, okay, there and there and there is an acoustic instrument, and I can just go there and play on it, and to check, like, is my technique actually working on an acoustic instrument? Sarah Jor is saying, I highly recommend the book Mindset from Carol Dweck, where she comments how the talent doesn't influence that much and how the growing mindset helps to reach the goals. Yes, totally. You know, actually, back then when I was younger, we had a piano trio. So together with a violinist who was extremely talented. I've never encountered someone at the violin that was as talented as him, in person at least. I never encountered anyone. And the cellist was quite talented, and the cellist did put the work into it. So he really pushed hard, and he made something out of himself. Now he became a professional cellist. But I would say that he was probably not as talented as the violinist is, like musically, let's say. But the violinist, he was so talented that he became a little bit, not a little bit. He was extremely lazy. He didn't practice. And when we were having our rehearsals, he was like barely prepared, which was making a professional work very hard in the first place. But at least we could know that we can trust him on stage. So on stage he would perform like a god. So the trio still worked because we all it kind of worked in that moment. I don't know. But he was so lazy to the point that he got lost, and he couldn't see that it actually takes a lot of work, and the more talent you have, the more you have to work. And yeah, that was like a little bit it was so unfortunate. It was really unfortunate because he was so talented and it was such a waste. It was really, really a waste. He could have become a great musician. He was a great musician, and he could have become an even bigger musician, I would say. There are also talented students with the worst teacher, so non-right technique. Yes, totally. The problem is also that I think a lot of people, as soon as they found a teacher, they stick with this teacher. Instead of, if you have the chance to have a look at 2, 3, 4, 5 different teachers, try it. Ask them if you can have like a trial lesson with them. I don't mean that you should ask them for a free lesson. Like, never ask someone to give like to work for free. Don't do that. But have a trial lesson with that person. And then you can see if you're matching with their personality, if you are understanding what they want to tell you, and so on and so on. Like, but I can see that there are so many so-called piano teachers out there who call themselves piano teachers, but they don't even know how to play piano themselves. Like, yeah. How do you know if you have talent? That's a good question. I don't know. I think it was mainly because of the feedback of people giving me. Because, in the beginning you can't know if you have talent in something or not. Like, people outside will have to tell you. And I think the thing is that very often we have the issue that there are over-motivated parents who are very proud of their children, which is totally fine. Like, I have nothing against that, but please don't lie to your children. Like, it doesn't help them if you lie to them and tell them they are so great in what they do, even though they suck, okay? Because otherwise, how are they supposed to know that they are not good? Like, children rely on what the parents tell them. And if you always tell them you're so great and you're doing everything fine, how are they supposed to know that they have to work harder to get better, or that they are probably not as good as you tell them they are? And I see this a lot of like with children and young people, that they come to me and they say like, yeah, everyone's telling me how good I am, and then they play for me and I'm like, you will never have a chance against that competition that we have in the real world in piano. There are millions or even billions of people playing piano, and a lot of them are playing on a very high level, and everyone is competing for their spot in this world, and lying to people about their qualities is, I think, one of the worst things that we can do. Is technique more important than emotion? No, of course not. Like, I don't care. Like, or what? it's a little bit difficult. You need proper technique to carry the emotion to the outside. So I always, again, what comes first is always the music, and technique follows music. I see a lot of younger players who have great technique, but they have no understanding of musicality, and most of them are so drilled and so trained to go to these competitions where everything that's asked for is like play as fast as you can and play as correct as you can without saying what actually is correct. Correct in many ways is, for many people, correct just means playing the correct notes, so playing the right notes, but not playing the notes right. And of course, there are a billion ways, like there's an infinite amount of ways to play the same piece, because every person is different and is going to perform the piece in a different way and put different emotions into it. But the thing is that I see a lot of people that are trained technically extremely well, but they are not taught about how to create stories through music, how to create emotions through music, and this is so sad to me. Because of course, playing piano just for the playing part, it's also fun, but it's even more fun. Like it's so much more fun to also being able to express yourself through it. And then again, I also see quite a lot of people who have great musicality, but they don't have the proper technique, which is also sad because obviously they want to express something, they have something to say, but they just don't know how. And this must be very frustrating as well. All right, guys. I had a really, really, really long week and also a very long weekend. So I'm going to keep this live stream short today. I will review one last video that someone just sent to me, Not Nam Vu. Hi Anik, I'm from Vietnam and I just want you to know that you're a great and cool pianist. Thank you. Love you. All right, let's see. Okay. I guess we only have the audio here again. It looks a little bit like. Yeah, there's no video. But also I can't hear it. Ah, now I can hear it. Sorry. Okay, let's start from the beginning. I didn't hear it. Okay. I like that I can hear the different voices, but it's a little bit too heavy on the heavy time. So let me try to show you. When you're playing... That makes it too heavy. We want to sing it, so it's... And one thing that I can hear is that you're doing the same kind of rubato every time, which causes that your left and right hand, they are not coming together. So when you're playing, it's a little bit... So try to keep your hands synchronized. So yeah, this is what I can hear for now. Let's continue. Yeah. Try to change up your rubato from time to time, so it's not going to be too similar all the time. Do you hear that with the left hand coming too early? Nice. That was a good build up. I just thought that the highest note was a little bit too aggressive. Ya-dee-da-da-dee-da-da-da-dee. And not ya-da-dee-da-dee-da-da-da. Bam! It's like, my dreams! They were all destroyed in one moment. But yeah, that part is super difficult to control. Nice character change. I like that you're not using so much pedal. But it sounds a little bit like you didn't put a real strategy there for your pedaling yet. So it sounds a little bit like just taking it randomly a little bit in that moment. Let me just try to think. So when you're playing... I think you want to emphasize the jumps in the left hand. Then really like lean into it and commit to it. Like don't try to do a little bit of pedal here and there. So it's like, but like really use no pedal. But yeah, if you're having an interesting interpretation, you have to commit to it. Like, don't just do, in German we say, nichts halbes und nichts ganzes. Like, don't just do it halfway, because then nobody is going to understand what you want to do. Yum be da dee da dee da dee dum. Don't rush, don't rush. Don't rush. Piano police is back. You're like, why are you rushing? Take your time. Nobody is like chasing you. That's like, no.
Stop!
Okay. Take your time. Nobody's chasing you, okay? Especially because later we're going to have the con bravura part, which is like super difficult. And the more you're rushing before, the more you're putting yourself in a really bad place to actually being able to master that part later. So, yum, Dee da dee da dee da dee da dee da dee dum yum bum 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 ba dum ba dee da dum ba yum ba 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 ba. Like always sing and you will feel okay. I have to take a breath here. And then continue. Like rushing to the bathroom, exactly. All right. One little thing here. Technically, that was fine. It was okay. It can be cleaner, but I'm not going to talk about the technique here. That was actually pretty good. What I don't like is that it sounds too much technical, as if Chopin wrote that because he wants to show off. And I don't think that he ever wrote any of his bigger pieces or any of the pieces that we know to show off his virtuosity. I just don't believe so. Especially with the etudes, even though a lot of people, they tend to play them as if they were like show-off pieces. They are not really. Again, music comes first and technique follows the music. I think a lot of people are misunderstanding the etudes in terms of, yeah, okay, that's technique. I just have to push through technique. No. Try to understand what is being expressed in the music. There, like, something is building up there. There's growing more and more tension in the music, and then there's this like unloading of tension in that specific part. So like, instead of just playing through this growing up part, try to understand how is it building up the music, where are the tension points, where is the climax, and then build it up and build it down, but don't just rush through it. Don't rush. Yeah, also what would be nice is actually to have like this gliding back into the tempo. Ya da dee da dee da dee da dee ba da dee. So like ya da dee da dee da 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 bum ba da dum, like no. Okay, there is a transition going on. So do that transition. Maybe that is a good transition to the end of this stream, which is me playing the last part that is still missing. Guys, that was so much fun. Just a little reminder, because that's going to be one of the last live streams before I'm leaving for Hamburg to the beautiful LAEISZHALLE next week, Saturday, on the 28th of February. I'm going to play there all 4 Chopin ballades, the Pathétique Sonata by Beethoven, and Children's Corner by Claude Debussy. Tickets and information you'll find in the link in the description box. That is going to be so cool. It's going to be so much fun. Traveling to Hamburg. I will try to do a travel video again, so I'll take you with me and show all the behind the scenes on YouTube. And we will see us in the next live stream. There's supposed to be a live stream tomorrow on Twitch, so if you guys want to join, please check out the link in the description box. I'm live streaming on Twitch normally 3 times a week. Next week, I won't be live streaming that much because on Thursday I already have to leave for Hamburg and I will come back on Monday, meaning I will skip 3 streams next week. But therefore, afterwards, I'll be there. So only last live stream is tomorrow on Twitch before my concert in Hamburg. I'm looking very much forward to that one. Until then, see you next time. Have fun practicing, stay healthy, and we'll see us in Hamburg.